doing segment addition. Segment addition is the exact same thing as angle addition. It's just a different shape. They're really, honestly, y'all, if you understood what we've been doing, this is the exact same thing and you shouldn't be confused. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so knowing that, congruent is same size, same shape, and you will see this symbol, the equal sign with the squiggle on top. Now, when you see congruent for my class, I want you to realize you're pretty much just going to put an equal sign in the middle. Okay, it's equal. Do y'all remember, some of you in junior high learned triangles to an extent?
Yeah.
Okay, do y'all remember when they used the little tick marks to indicate that they're the same size?
Yes.
So like this side and this side are the same. And if this one's different, you could use a double tick mark to identify that it's different, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the same concept with segments. So you'll see there's a segment, and I have this tick mark and this tick mark. And what that tells me is AC is congruent to CB. Okay. They're the same. Okay, so it says, what does AC is congruent to CB mean? It just means they're the same size. / they're equal. Okay, so it says, what if we know that AB, so just like yesterday, y'all, remember when I told y'all, if you have two angles, this is the whole, so you had to set them up, right? Something plus something equaled the total. Same concept. Line segment plus line segment equals the total. So you do have to label. So from A to B, because it says, what if we know AB is 18?
This is going to make me bald.
Okay. Then it says AC is congruent to BC. So AC and BC are the same.
Okay. So divide that by 2.
So what would that give you?
It's 8 or 9.
9. They're both 9. So again, when you see the word congruent, y'all, that's enough. When you see the word congruent, we know we can put an equal sign in the middle, and it should always make sense. Okay? Shh. That made me lose my train of thought. Okay, another thing too is I want you to realize anytime it says it's cutting something in half, that's the same thing as saying congruent. Because if you cut something in half, doesn't that mean equally? Yes. So that means the two sides are congruent. Now, over here says, what if we know AC is 3x, BC is 5x minus 6, and AC is congruent to BC? Well, I told you, anytime we see the word congruent, we're going to put an equal sign. So AC equals BC. Well, what does AC equal?
3x.
Equals, what's BC equal?
5x.
5x minus 6.
Yeah.
So can we solve now for x?
Yes.
Yes. So I need all the x's on one side, all the numbers without x on the other. So I'm not going to move the 3 because it's already by itself. We're going to move the 5. So minus 5x minus 5x. And we get negative 2x equals negative 6. Here's my question. Can you have negative measurements? No. Okay, so divide both sides by negative 2. And we get x equals what?
Negative 3.
Positive 3. 2 negatives makes a positive. So what I want you to realize is if it asked you for side AC, could you find that?
Yeah.
Yes, we could plug in the 3. If it asked you for BC, we could find it. We could plug in the 3. Okay, questions, comments, concerns? Okay, so this says AD equals 12. So from A to D is 12. And before we even keep reading, knowing that AD is 12, what else do we know?
That DC is 12.
DC is 12. What else do we know?
That AC is 4y minus 36.
No, I said without looking at any of that. AC is 24. How do I know that?
Because you added both sides.
Yeah, because 12 plus 12 is 24.
Right.
Okay, so knowing that, if I come back here, it does tell me AC is 4y minus 36, and it says find y. So if it didn't ask for y, would we even care about this?
No.
No, but it does ask for y, so we do have to figure it out. So if AC equals 4y minus 36, what do we already know that AC equals? 24. And now we can solve. So what do we do?
Positive 36.
Add 36 to both sides.
Divide by 4.
Hold on. 4y equals what?
60.
60. Now we divide by 4. And we get y equals 15. Now, go back and read your question. I know y equals 15. I know AC, line segment AC is what?
12.
12. No,
Yeah, 24.
24, thank you.
Oh.
And I know line segment DC is 12.
Oh.
So there's the answer to all my questions in one spot. Okay, this says what if T is between L and O, which we have right here. T is between L and O. If LT is 5 and OT is 12, what is LO? 17. Now, something you might see here, which we also saw with angles, you would see something like M angle BST. Do y'all remember that? It just means the measure of angle BST. So if I see something like measure of LO with the line on top, that just means the measure of the line segment LO. Okay, so that little M, don't ever let that bother you if you see it.
What's that line above O?
It's just telling you it's a line segment.
Oh, okay.
Like, wasn't that a line segment? Yeah. It's almost like, remember when we'd put the little angle in front of the angles? It's the same concept. Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, looking at this next one, I'm going to give y'all about 10 seconds. I want y'all to try to label. Because just like yesterday when I would make y'all label things, we're going to do that again today. Do that while I take attendance.
I'm gonna drop out.
Okay, RS is what?
60.
Okay, ST is 4y plus 8. And then RT is 15y minus 9. So this is what your label should look like. So just like yesterday, remember I told y'all it had to be labeled and you have to attempt to put the equation together before you ask me any questions, right? Okay, same concept today. So knowing that, I know that line segment plus line segment equals the whole line. So this plus this equals that. Okay, so again, we're following Don't Cry, My Dear. There's nothing to distribute, but we do need to combine like terms. What are my like terms to combine? 60 and 8. What's 60 plus 8?
68.
Wait, huh?
Do I have anything else that's like terms on the same side?
No.
No, so now what do I do?
Minus 68.
Yeah, so I can move that first. Technically, you can move anything first, but you need to get all your y's on one side of the equal sign and on your non-y's, your terms without a y, on the other side. So I personally like to move my y's first. Which y do we want to move?
15.
Either way, doesn't matter. You're going to get the same answer. So we'll do minus 4y on both sides. I personally like to move my smallest y, but really some teachers make you move everything to the left. Doesn't matter either way. So this leaves me with 68 equals 11y minus 9. Now what?
Positive 9.
Add 9 to both sides. And that gives me 77 equals 11y.
Negative 7.
No. So now what do I do? Divide both sides by 11. And what do I get? 7. Y equals 7. That was the hardest part. Y equals 7. Then it says RS. What was RS?
60.
What about ST? So ST is just this portion. What represents that? 4y plus 8, right?
Yes.
So I need to plug in y is 7 for y. So I get 4 times 7 plus 8. And if you type that in your calculator, what do you get? 36. So this little line segment is 36. Now, there are two ways to find RT. What do you think they are?
60 plus 36.
You can add 60 plus 36. What does that give me?
96.
Because isn't RT RS plus ST? Yes. But could you also plug it in here for Y? 15 times 7 minus 9. Type in your calculator. Either of those ways will work, so it doesn't matter which way you do.
At this time, please go ahead and release students that have a blue ticket.
Miss, I have a ticket.
No, shh, I'm still recording.
Again, staff, you can go ahead and release students that have a blue ticket to the auditorium.
Flip it over and look at number 3. I'm just going to help you set it up. Okay, but the back is what you're doing today.
That's the practice.
Okay, looking at number 3, what I want you to realize is you have a fraction and another fraction. We haven't dealt with fractions like this in a while. So first things first, we read it, or even if we just look at the picture, what can we assume? They're equal. How can we assume that? Because it has the tick marks, okay? We cannot assume it because U is in the middle. We can only assume it because of the tick marks. And it also says congruent. Anytime we see the word congruent, what did I say we're going to put? Equal. So we're going to put equal here. How would I solve that?
You do, don't you combine them?
3
Here,
and
pass.
minus 4 plus 5 and minus 5.
Okay.
Well, don't you combine them?
Well, we do need to combine them, but we can't yet. They don't have a common denominator. Do y'all remember doing proportions in junior high?
No, I do, but
It's been a long time. So when you do proportions, you usually cross multiply. Do y'all remember that?
Miss, I hated that.
Okay, I'm so sorry. But it's not that big of a deal. So we know 2 times
I failed that.
5n minus 2 equals, and then we can cross multiply here, which is 4 times 3n minus 4. And now you no longer have fractions.
That was easy.
This only works when it's a single fraction equals a single fraction. So if we look right here, is this a single fraction equals a single fraction? No, this is 2 fractions equals 1 fraction. So could we cross multiply here? No. You can only cross multiply when it's a single fraction equals a single fraction. So now you'll distribute, combine like terms, move, divide. Yes?
Wait.
Okay, this 1 through 4 is a grade. You have to turn in this paper with work and the Schoology assignment. I know, y'all are so excited. So